Gossip. Thank you guys for checking out another great episode on Gossip. Remember, gossip is what's true to you. It may not be true amongst the masses, but it's true to us. Don't forget to get the book Rise of the Black Woman. The latest version is on Amazon for like $15, written by Kanu Morel. This book will be historic. I promise you it will stand the test of time. Stop by our store, ninthdimension.com, and pick up some soul apparel. Now back to the episode. Gossip. Yeah, nigga talking some good shit, nigga. Yeah. But hell yeah, like niggas you have to do something in the process of some shit happening.
Yes, right.
Cause if you don't
then well
you fucked.
Yeah, possibly. See,
it's a good chance.
Because and then you have to understand that doing something is not always actually committing a physical act or physical movement or motion.
That's true.
Sometimes doing something is doing nothing. And now people like, well, no, this nigga talking.
I get told that I'm talking like Confucius.
Yeah, right. Like Confucius. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, that's Confucius.
People don't understand. It's really mathematics, man.
It's
really mathematics because sitting still is something.
It is.
You made a decision.
That's right.
Instead of the move, you stopped or you stayed. And because of that, you had that action had an effect on the future reality. Period.
I played the
Matrix. Whether you go left, you go right, you go up or down, these are all all these things could and do change the reality going forward
in time.
Right?
It's a time travel.
Exactly, which is basically is experience. Because really. I mean, no, I ain't gonna even see it. I was about to go there. I ain't gonna even go there.
Oh, well.
I was gonna, do what I normally do. Go to the heart of the matter and say, well, because you never actually move.
No.
Nothing, there is no motion, well, not move, but there is no, like, time, when we say traveling in time, well, what is that? What is time? We're not traveling in time, something outside of ourselves. Time is an expression of our, let's just say, experiences, our memories.
I can agree with that.
And so, really, time is going on and happening in our consciousness. It's not happening in the three-dimensional world. Facts. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, and distance is an illusion. And so, that object is not over there.
Past and future is a fucking illusion.
Object and everything in this room and everything in this universe, me and it is one and the same thing. That's the key. That's the truth.
Currently. That's the part that's important. That's the sublime,
like, truth is that you have never been separate from no one else and nothing else. You have never been separate from your creator.
At all, period.
It's not possible.
And
so, what I'm saying? And everything else grow out of that fact, because that is a fact.
That's a for sure fact. But people are not recognizing it because they have been given this exterior, these external, what we call them, prophets or gods or whatever we call them. You know what I'm saying? Because they have given us these external motherfuckers, it is how we have lost our connection, or what makes us think that we're not connected to a prime source.
Yeah. Because, I mean, again, whenever we see another person, whether that person is of our own race, or whatever, our own species, our own family, or whatever, we see them as the other. Them over there, or them right there, as opposed to us and we right here. Because, and so because we experience those persons being over there, we think that is. I shouldn't even go down this path right here because it's a little more. The same thing. Just discussing it and describing it in the different flavors or whatever that I've come to describe it as, basically. You know, to try to give people an understanding or a view, something tangible, something that they can sink their mind around and actually experience in reality on some way, some level to verify what I'm saying. And I try to describe the mechanisms of what we're talking about, or the principle. You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking about the God or whatever. And so, like like I always say, if you think of something, okay, God is supposed to be omnipresent, omnipresent, omnipotent,
all-knowing,
and all-knowing, all-present, and all-powerful,
and all-powerful. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And so, to me, the way that my mind works, it is not too complicated, nor does it take any amount of time to formulate an equation that, for me, answers the question unequivocally on whether, okay, what is God? Is there a God?
Okay.
And what is God?
Okay.
Right? Because, okay, let's look at what it says. The three traits or attributes that
God supposed to have
Go
ahead.
Is that it is omnipresent, it is everywhere.
Right.
At one time.
Right.
That it has within its constitution all power that exists within reality.
Supposedly.
Okay. And that it is also it knows all things in that universe. And in order to know all things in that universe, it would have to experience all things and do all things and be all things in that universe. In other words, the question itself answers itself. You know what I'm saying? Really, I mean, when you think about it, the concept, I should say, the concept itself answers the question. I mean, that the creator can be no other than the creation itself. Period. But the creator and the creation has to be one and the same thing. It's not a matter of opinion.
And it's not a matter of separation either.
There is no separation.
There is no separation. It's one and the same.
Exactly. I mean, I don't see how it could be anything else other than that. Right? So why do religions and all these people spend so much time arguing about something like that? And as well as not just a religion, but those who don't have a religion, the scientific world and all that. Why do an atheist? Why is there an argument? Because I don't see one. I mean, I don't see one. Is it so clear? Is anything I could imagine being? You know what I'm saying? And if so, because they'd be like, well, where is this mythological God you speak of? We never see him. Because I've said the same thing. And in certain contexts, I mean that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not stupid enough to think or believe that there is not a supra consciousness of some sort. I can only give some description of the creator. How the fuck I'm gonna describe the creator in its entirety? It's impossible.
You cannot.
Right. So any attempt to do so is foolish, and anyone who claims to have done so is a liar. Period. So how can any religion tell us about that this is the way you must think of God, and only this way, or you burning in hell, and be credible? You full of shit. How you know? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean, so I don't know, man.
Yeah, the question is, how do you know? How do you even know that the creator even gives a fuck about what you going through.
Why should it?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Like, why should it? Like, how you know the Creator even gives a fuck about what you going through in your puny life?
And
I gave you everything you could need. You got a brain, you got 2 hands, you got 2 feet,
right.
you got you got everything that you need.
Right.
What the fuck do you want from me? I gave you everything that you need. Utilize the shit that I gave you.
Right. Right.
I mean, you can think for yourself. You can build. You can do everything with what I gave you. Utilize it.
Yeah. Yeah. Or don't, and pay the consequences.
Yeah, or don't.
You know what I'm saying? Because in truth, anybody paid nothing. Because I ain't gonna go there. Yeah, I ain't gonna go there because man, that's one that'll really fuck with your brain. You know, that's what got the priests. That's what I believe. I'm convinced that caused some of the priests to go crazy and turn basically against humanity and everything like that. The reality when you get to when you ponder certain subjects and stuff, it starts creating. It starts narrowing down the questions about reality, right, about things.
Right.
But you start getting to a point where there's the questions that are asked are so profound. Because, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's what it takes, though.
That it covers almost half the things in the cosmos or what takes place, and the answer to that question. I mean, and you come to certain realities, certain understandings, certain conclusions. Like at the end of the day, when they discovered, or I believe when they discovered and came to the realization that everything in the creation was an illusion, including us, and that nothing in the physical world really exists except, like one could say, in the mind of the Creator.
Of course, yeah.
Then that means that when this comes in, when and if this reality comes to an end,
okay,
so do we.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is in our being, our biology, and in our persona, in our consciousness, our personality.
I get it.
We'll be
at the same time, when this comes to an end, but on the other foot is that this will never come to an end because it is a projection of the mind.
Yeah.
And as long as consciousness exists, it will exist.
Well, no, yes and no. Something will exist.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but something
but definitely
can be
not necessarily, and I don't think at all. When we dealing with these types of, lack of a better word, time, period. I mean, lengths of time, or epochs. It can be totally different. But the point is that the personality dies. I mean, or never existed. But from my perspective, dies, ceases to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, and I'm talking about not just the individuals either, but all of humanity, right? All of life, all of it was all gonna, all in the end, if everything returns to the Great Mother, as they say, then that means that all dies in her.
Seemingly dies.
Well,
right.
No,
we return back. We go back.
That's all that matters to us.
Yeah, we go back to the one.
Right, and that's if you think about the implications of that, that could.
I mean, if you think about the implications of that,
then
yes, the individuality is gone.
Yeah.
I mean, of course.
Yeah.
Like if you go back to the one, then there is no individual.
Right.
Yeah, just thinking about the fact that the whole reality that we live in is a facade, and how when you really can perceive the fact that this shit is a facade, and how I realized this shit was facade when I first realized I wasn't my body. When I realized I wasn't my body, I was like, okay, all this shit fake.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, all this shit fake, cause I'm not my body.
Right.
Like I know that shit, but for a fact. Like niggas, like I'm separate from this shit here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I come to realize that, just for those listening, I come to realize that shit based off just touching myself. When I touch my body, I'm not touching me, and I can see that from awareness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now the shit that have touched me is emotional shit. Emotional shit touches me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It touches me in a way that physical shit cannot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's when I was like,
closer to you.
Yeah, exactly. And that's when I realized, I'm like, nigga, you not your body. You are mind. You are consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
You are thought form. That's what you are. That's how you exist.
Yeah.
As a thought.
On one part. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because you also, like you just pointed out, you're an emotional being too. So
that's right.
You're a conscious being. You're a being that's comprised of consciousness. You're a being that's comprised of feelings, emotions, emotional being. You're a being that's comprised of light. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Of vibrations.
You everything but not physical.
Right.
You everything but not physical.
Right.
You everything but not physical. That's going to wrap up this episode of Gossip. Again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in and listening to us go on about the things that are going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? We're really trying to expose you guys to the stuff that is not known amongst the masses, the things that are being hidden from you guys and from us. You know what I'm saying? Please support the channel. We greatly appreciate it. We keep trying to bring you things that's going to help with the enlightenment and help us to move forward together in this new world or this new age that's about to come and take place. It is important that you have the essential knowledge that is needed, because without the knowledge, guess the sad fact is you cannot enter. You cannot sit in the room full of scholars if you're not a scholar. So we're trying to bring you up to par, as well as get ourselves up to par. You know what I'm saying? So I want to thank you guys for coming to Gossip. Again, support the channel, and you guys have a great day.